Hey friends, I think it's been just over a year since I was here last, and I get the really fun topic tonight of talking about conflict. And as I was preparing, my children gave me a great example of it this morning. So our eldest, this is recorded, isn't it? Okay, they may hate me forever. We'll deal with that conflict when that happens. Okay. My Ella has an early singing lesson, so she's our eldest, and so I took her to singing and left Jed and Matilda at home. I was gone for no longer than 7 minutes, maybe 10, if you're lucky. I walked back in the door and I was greeted by a child who I won't name, so that they will still love me in the future, and he... Oops, Daisy. He said, "Mum, why does she hate me so much? She is so stubborn and she just hates me. Why does she hate me?" I'm going, "Oh my goodness, what the heck happened?" He said, "Well, I went to the cupboard and I was putting the honey away, and as I was putting the honey away, Matilda had..." Oopsie Daisy. Oops again. Matilda had put the sprinkles on the wrong shelf. And so I put the honey back, knocked the sprinkles down. They went all over the floor. So, do you know, Mum, she doesn't listen to me. I was trying to teach her. Okay, but how did you try and teach her? Well, I told her that is not the place to put the sprinkles. And why would she do that? Because it should have gone on the top shelf and then I would never have knocked them over. And then she didn't even offer to help me clean them up. Anyway, okay. So how did you talk to her about this, bud? I was really nice. Okay. Is really nice the same way that you just explained it to me now? He said, "Okay, so I might have yelled." Okay, great. So I go, "Okay, bud, leave it with me and I'll go and talk to Matilda and find out what's happening to her." Now, note the different styles of conflict here. So I said to Matilda, "Come with me." Well, comes into my bedroom. So I sat on the bed because, so I'm eye level, so it's great. Me like this over her. Said, "Till, what happened?" She said, "Well, Jed knocked the sprinkles down." Now, I hadn't even put them on the shelf there, Mum. And I said, "I know that, babe, because I put them there." Anyway, and he said to me, "You are all the time stubborn." And he hurt my feelings. And so I wasn't going to help him. I said, "Okay, now, before she told me all that information, we get into the bedroom and I said, 'What happened?'" Okay, I may not have had great tone either, okay, in that moment. And she said, "I don't want to talk about it." Now, then she is crawling around on the floor to the other side of my bed. Then she starts crawling under my bed. So picture this. Oh, no, I won't demonstrate. I was lying across my bed with my head tilted down, so I was talking to her under the bed, saying, "Babe, what happened?" "I don't want to talk about it." "Babe, what happened?" Interesting style of dealing with conflict. We were crawling under the bed. Now, we all deal with conflict. Now, I deal with it on a minute-by-minute basis with my children, a little bit less so with my husband, thankfully. But we also I don't know about you, maybe I'm the only schizophrenic type person here. I have internal conflict. I have two people inside of me that war against one another. Like, "Okay, Kim, will you have coffee now or will you wait an hour?" "Well, don't be stupid. Why would you wait an hour when you could have it now?" "But if you wait an hour, then it would have been more time since the last one and you won't have to go to the toilet as soon because that's what caffeine does." And so I have this internal conflict. Okay, I also, with myself. Then I have internal conflict with other people that they don't know that I'm having. Okay, so I have internal fights with Michael. I have internal fights with the person driving in front of me. I have internal fights with the person who likes to, go in the queue when they have more than 15 items at the supermarket. I have a lot of internal fights. But then we also have external fights. We have external conflict where we actually verbally have a conversation with someone that might look a little bit like the one that Jed and Matilda had. Maybe you don't yell quite so much as they do anymore, but it does happen. So what are the different ways we deal with conflict? So I want you to turn to the person next to you and talk about what are some of the different ways you've seen people deal with conflict. Go. Okie dokie. You are way too good at finding ways. I'm going to invite my lovely friend Ash. And Ash and I are going to have a conversation now. Ash doesn't have a microphone.
I don't need it. It's fine. It's good.
Doesn't. Hello. Oh.
Hello. Oh.
Clever.
Yep.
Okay, we might need to do this a little bit.
Yeah.
Okay. We're just going to do a little bit of demonstration for you. Unfortunately, I think we're going to be way too good at this.
Yeah. Okay, do I start?
Yep, let's go.
So Kim.
Yeah, Ash.
The best. Hey. Just wanted to tell you the best kind of coffee is a long black with a side of hot milk.
You're not serious.
No. Did you hear that?
Yeah, but what does he know?
He's a pastor. That's his job. Like coffee.
Well, look, that's a fair call, but you clearly, why are you even bothering having milk?
Why are you having milk? It makes you bloated.
But
Are you a cow?
But I have almond milk. I have almond milk.
Yeah, but do you realise how many almonds have to go into that? You're drinking like 600 calories in one cup.
Do you know how they treat cows? Why would I do that?
God gave us animals to drink milk.
He also gave us trees. He gave us trees for almonds.
No, he gave us. We're meant to drink milk, but don't drink the milk.
Hold on, but you just said you have a long black with a side of milk, and now
yeah, but you're just a tiny little bit of milk.
Do you even know what you're talking about?
Just a little bit of milk. I know what I'm talking about, Kim.
Are you even a Christian?
Yeah, I don't know anymore.
Okay, that is our first demonstration. Whoa. Escalate. One of the ways that conflict can be dealt with is that we escalate it by engaging with it, like Ash and I just did. Beautiful demonstration for you of escalation. Michael and I do, or have done in the last few years, a whole lot of pre-marriage counselling, and one of our favourite things to do is to, have the couple engage in a little bit of conflict right there on the couch in front of us, so that we can talk through, let's talk about how we could do this a little bit differently. So that was a great example of escalate. Ash, why don't you pop on up and let's have another chat. We can do the same topic or we can do a different topic. What would you like?
We'll do a different topic.
Okay, come talk to me, Ash.
Okay.
Tell me about your day.
So, the best cafe in Melbourne is Axel Coffee Roasters in, I don't know where it is, I forget the suburb, but that place.
I think it's
Hawthorne.
I thought it was in Camberwell.
Nah, you're wrong.
Are you sure?
No.
Hey, I really like your dress.
No, but the best cafe.
No, but where did you get your dress
but
from?
have you ever been there? Because I'm telling you, the best one.
There's a great dress shop down the road. Have you been to that one?
No, I don't care for dresses. I'm telling you,
babes, I love your dress.
Actually, no, the waffles there are really, really good.
No.
And it's a really cool vibe. They have nice music.
Okay. Oh my goodness, look, there's a car accident.
Oh.
Nice. Okay. Another thing that some of us do in conflict is hide. So it happens and we change the topic. We go, I am not going to engage with this. I'm not going to work through this. This is too hard. I'm going to change the topic. Or we do like Matilda did and we literally hide under the bed. Okay, another way. Okay, up you hop. Next one.
I'm trying to remember. Okay, yeah.
Hey.
I'm going to go back. So the best coffee is a long black with a side of hot milk.
Really?
Yeah.
I don't think I've ever tried that.
Oh, well, you should. It's really good. So it's a bit annoying because they have to kind of do two things, but it's really good. You get a little bit of hot froth, which is the best bit of the milk, and
I want to know, Ash.
Yeah, no, it is. I'm telling you, I'm sure.
But I do like my almond milk.
No, but that's really bad. Like almonds,
okay.
It goes all nutty and weird.
Okay, I guess you're probably right.
Yeah, I am because
Yeah.
I'm the best.
Okay, cool.
And I'm telling you, you've got to try it.
Good to know.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll note to self, change to a long black with a side of
I
milk.
actually wouldn't ever order a milky coffee again.
Okay, good.
Yeah?
Thanks for
good.
letting me know.
No
Awesome.
worries.
Radio, that, my friends, is accommodate. So another thing we do in conflict is that we accommodate, we just agree, or we give up our own experience and take on the other person's, rather than you give up your own truth or your own experience and take on theirs. It's another thing done in conflict. And we're not going to do the next one now. Rightio, have a chat to the person next to you. Which one is your default? Escalate, hide, or accommodate? Have a chat. Okay. Rightio, put your hand up. Right, there is no judging. No one's judging you. Mind you, the people that escalate, don't be surprised if people start avoiding you. Okay. Put your hand up if you're likely to go in for the fight. Hand up if you're an escalator. Ooh, nice. That whole table, you're going to have great conversation. Nice work. Right, put your hand up if you are with Matilda and you are hiding on under the bed as quickly as you can. Nice hug. Kate, you're a hider and Steph is an escalator. Great fun in marriage. Well done. And lastly, who is an accommodator? Oh my goodness, so many of you. Wow, very interesting. Nice. When Michael and I first got married, so many stories. I remember we'd had a fight about something really important about where to put the milkshake glasses in the kitchen. We were unpacking. We hadn't been married very long. Oh, well, literally, we just got home. We were unpacking all the presents onto the shelves. Words would be helpful, Kim. And as we were unpacking them, I said, I'm putting them here. And Michael goes, no, that's stupid. Why would you put the milkshake cups there? I'm going, well, because it's the most obvious spot, because it's right near the bench where you plug the milkshake maker in. He goes, no, that doesn't make any sense. We need to put them over here because it's where the other cups are. Anyway, I escalated it and he hid it. Okay, he went, this is ridiculous, and stopped talking. And I went, and I kept going on and on because I'm always up for a win, okay? Always up for the win. Anyway, so he wouldn't talk about it, so okay, we just went on our merry way. Eventually, I obviously, unlike me, normally I'm a little bit of a dog with a bone with this sort of thing. I will just keep going until we get this sorted. But we didn't, and we got into bed that night, and I went, okay, I cannot do this. We need to work through this, super important issue about the milkshake cups. And he went to sleep. And then I began a new ritual, which, we hadn't been married before, together, fancy that. And the new ritual was called, what Michael called Kim huffing and puffing, which means what you do, don't take this skill on, but I'll just tell you it. So imagine I'm lying on the bed. You know how when you roll over, you just roll over like this? No, I literally jumped and jumped, rolled back the other way. And so I was basically rocking the bed like he was on a boat going, you cannot sleep until we deal with this. And eventually we went, is there a problem? I went, yes, we need to work this out. Anyway, this was our conflict style for quite some time. It was Michael hide, Kim huff and puff, and escalate until we learnt that, hold on, we've both come from very different conflict style backgrounds. And your family style of conflict will be the one that you are most likely to take on. Michael grew up in a family where, you had the conflict and then you buried it and you didn't work it through and process it. Whereas I grew up in a family where one parent was escalate and one parent was hide, which I'm really thankful ultimately meant that they taught us how to handle. Do you like my H? See, hate. Clever. So you remember, escalate, hide, accommodate, handle. Anyway, I grew up in a family where we actually learnt how to handle it. Didn't mean that I did that well, but we did do it. And so I wouldn't go to sleep until I'd dealt with it. And so Michael had to deal with the fact that I would huff and puff until he woke up enough to have a conversation about it. So, how does the Bible tell us? What does it tell us about conflict and how we should deal with it? Unfortunately, when you look at this, it's a whole lot makes you squirm. because you realise that maybe you're not quite so great at this. Proverbs 15:1, can you see that way back there? No, Steph can't. You can just look it up sometime. Yeah. Proverbs 15:1 says, a gentle answer turns away wrath, but a harsh word stirs up anger. I love this one. Proverbs 12:18, there is one who speaks rashly like the thrusts of a sword. Whoa. But the tongue of the wise bring healing. That's great, Solomon. Thank you for that wisdom. How do we give a gentle answer? I hear you asking. And also hear you asking, but how do I speak wisely so that I bring about healing? Well, guess what? The Bible tells us that too. James 1:19 says, this you know, my beloved brethren, but everyone must be quick to hear, slow to speak and slow to anger, for the anger of man does not achieve the righteousness of God. And then in the message, I like this. Post this at all the intersections. It's pretty important then. Dear friends, lead with your ears. Lead with your ears. That means we need to start walking around like this. We might have a few accidents, but lead with your ears, follow up with your tongue, and let anger straggle along in the rear. God's righteousness does not grow from human anger. And then ever practical Ephesians. Do not let any unwholesome talk come out of your mouths, but only what is helpful for building others up according to their needs, that it may benefit those who listen. And then I love this version. Watch the way you talk. Let nothing foul or dirty come out of your mouth. Say only what helps. Each word is a gift. Conflict is all about communication. That's what it's all about. It's just communicating well to work things through so that you can handle whatever it is you're on opposite sides of the court about. Now, I need 2 volunteers. Mike, my friend. Yeah, sorry. And Zoe, where's Zoe? Let's just... Now, we did their marriage counselling, so, if this doesn't work, you can blame us because clearly we did a bad job. Now, I need you to stand here, and Mike, you need to stand there. Rightio, you guys need to close your eyes, and we need to trust you that you're not going to peek, okay? Can you do it? Do I need to get Jess to come and cover your eyes for you? Okay. Just hold my microphone for a second. I know this looks like I'm going to do a really cool magic trick. I'm going to make something float and fly. Now, I'm going to show all you, but they're not allowed to see it, okay? It's very exciting. Okay, now what you need to see... Right, I'll show you all this. Okay, you ready? And then now I'll show you this. Okay? I would love, see, it's my secret ambition to be a magician. Okay, I'm just going to position you, okay? Otherwise you're going to ruin everything. Okay, hold on. Okay, you can open your eyes. Okay, now I practiced this on my kids and it was failed dismally. So if it fails again, I'm hoping it's just that my kids were just onto it. They're really clever, and I'm hoping Zoe and Mike aren't quite so clever. Hey, no peeking. Okay. I said you could open your eyes, not move your body. Okay. Mike, can you describe to me what you can see?
I see a watermelon. Yep.
Can you describe what the watermelon looks like?
It's a green colour, and it's round and very smooth.
Cool. Okay. A question round. It's roundish. Yeah. Okay. Nice. Cool. Now, Zoe, would you like to tell us about what you can see?
I see a green roundish watermelon.
Well done. Where did you get such wisdom?
I don't know, just have it.
Must have been your pre-marriage counsellor.
Yeah. It's got some like little scratchy bits on it. One of them looks like a hashtag. So it's on a thing, and then that's on another
Cool. Okay, we're only concerned about this, but thanks for more information. Cool. So it's a watermelon. We agreed on that? Yeah. And Mike, has yours got much interesting going on over there?
It also has some little indentations.
Yeah.
They don't make a hashtag, but there's not much. There's a little bit of a remnant of a stem on top of the watermelon.
Yeah, cool. Yeah, as you can see, this is the most amazing illustration you've all ever heard in your whole life. And Zoe, lastly, can you make out any, special things on there?
It looks like it says Kim on it.
No way. You are so clever. Okay, so from your perspective, Zoe, this watermelon has some special features?
Yes.
Yes. Nice work. Good job. And Mike, yours is quite just normal.
Yes.
Good job. Great answer. Radio. Thank you. Now, would you like to swap sides? Yes. Good answer again. These guys are so smart. You breed them clever here at Syndal. Oh, now what do you see, Mike? This is so amazing.
I don't see a hashtag. Yeah.
Are your eyes even open?
Okay. Now I see the hashtag. It's down here. So sorry.
And hold on, how did you now see the hashtag?
Because you told me there's a hashtag.
Yeah, no, and did Zoe help you out?
Yeah, Zoe did as well.
Yeah,
so, yes. So there's the word Kim there.
Nice work. Well done. That was actually not even on purpose.
Oh, really?
Just really clever. Nice. Cool. Thank you. And Zoe, what does it look like on this side?
It's really smooth and shiny, and quite beautiful.
Are you saying that the scratchings on the other side weren't beautiful?
Yeah.
Rude. You may sit down. Okay, the point of this really fun exercise was that when it comes to conflict, it's often a matter of perspective. Often you will be talking about, like say with Ash, she was telling me all about how that a long black with a side of milk was the best possible coffee. And that was her perspective on coffee. Whereas I'm looking at it from the other side going, but I can see this about coffee, that, coffee with frothed almond milk, it's actually not that great. I've been on an 8-week challenge and I had to do it. So, I'm longing to go to the other side. Anyway, only 5 more days to go. Yippee. Anyway, side note. From this side, I look and I go, I can see that almond milk would be really great health choice for me, and it's reducing the dairy in my life. So it's a different perspective. And generally conflict it's the same watermelon. It's still a watermelon, but we're looking at it from different angles. And when it comes to conflict, we need to learn how to understand the other person's perspective. Too often we escalate without asking questions. One of the key things to do before you react is to ask a question. So I could say, Ash, you want to pop back up again?
No, you can do it.
Okay, no, you go. Go for it, babe.
So, Kim,
Yes.
I was thinking that German Shepherds are the best types of dogs.
Okay. Cool. That hasn't been my experience to this point, but tell me about what makes you say that.
Did you meet Chili? Did you meet Chris and Joe's dog? He was like the best dog ever.
Was he the giant one that was in all the photos?
Yeah.
Yeah. And what was so great about him?
Oh, just like his personality. Like he'd just do everything that you asked him to do, and you could tell that he was just like this wise old man, and he was so cute, and you just love him so much. Yeah.
Awesome. Nice. Thanks.
No
You can
worries.
sit down. So that was just it was a little teeny example, that one, of when, I may still not agree with Ash, but I'm still choosing to go, hold on, let me come around to your side. of the watermelon and understand what it is you like about German Shepherds, why they're important to you, rather than just me escalating into reaction of, oh my goodness, are you stupid? Have you not seen those beautiful Labradors? And they just, they're the ones they use for guide dogs, aren't they? Are they? Yeah, good. Not great with animals. They're the ones they use for guide dogs. Why wouldn't you want one of them? They're so helpful. And or what about those ones that they send out into the snow to find people? Those, one of those, yes. Well done. And so I could escalate it, or I might go, no, let's change the topic because I don't want to have to disagree with you. Or I just go, okay, yep, German Shepherds are the best. But it's all about going, hold on, rather than do any of those, how can I handle the conflict? One way is to ask a question. And last week, Fee taught you how to ask questions. In fact, I'm sure she taught you how to ask brilliant questions. And this week, you've all had the most amazing conversations ever, or you should be having them tonight over dinner if you haven't already. But asking those questions helps prevent escalation. Now, we all react, okay? We all have a reaction when someone says something. So when Ash says, Kim, Axel Roasters is the best cafe, inside I'm going, obviously she hasn't tried, what's it called, Mr. and something, it's near your house. Anyway, obviously, so inside I'm going, she is so stupid. She clearly hasn't tried every cafe in Melbourne, so how can she possibly know that that is the best cafe? So that might be my internal reaction. But instead of saying that, I can say, so Ash, tell me what it is you love about Axel. Why is that so important to you? Why do you think that's the best one? So that I can choose to come round to her side of the watermelon and understand her perspective on what this might be. Okay, I want you to turn to someone next to you, and you're going to do your own little role play. Rightio? And the topic is, you ready? You can change the topic according to your own loves and likes and dislikes. On a boiling hot day, imagine, I know it's hard because it's cold, but remember when it was 45 billion degrees and you walked outside and you melted straight away, and you're walking into 7-Eleven after you've got petrol, so you're melting, and you go, the best thing I can have on a boiling hot day is a cold Pepsi Max would be mine, but you may fight me on that. So I want you to have that conversation. Now, firstly, I want you to, oops-a-daisy. Okay, it's gone. I ruined it. It's okay, I've done it. It's fine. Don't worry about it. They'll be fine. I want you to escalate it. I want you to have a little practice because, some of you have never done that before and, it doesn't mean you should start, but it's a good time to practice. Then you're going to hide it. Then you're going to accommodate, and then you're going to have a go at handling it by asking a question, getting a look at perspective. Okay, go. Know what your default conflict style is. Know what you're likely to go to. Are you likely to escalate, hide, or accommodate? What is your go-to conflict style? Because if you don't know it, you won't even be aware that you're doing it. So you need to know it so you can work on learning to handle it differently. I think, have I got like 1 minute? Yeah, awesome, great. In my last 1 minute, I don't even know what to say. The most conflicts come as a result of expectation and assumption. Most conflicts come because I assume something about you or I expect something of you that I either haven't communicated or, just that I haven't communicated. Nearly, I will get upset at Jess, for example, because she parks in my car park at YD. She just said she doesn't, to be clear, but if she did, I might get upset at her, but the reason I'm getting upset is because I assume that she knows that that is my car park. But because it doesn't say it on the ground, it doesn't say Kim's car park, keep out. It just is, some lines. And it could be anybody's car park, but I'm assuming that she knows that. The biggest issues Michael and I have had is because I assume that he knows what I'm thinking. That's my biggest issue with life, is that I assume that he hears all my thoughts and knows exactly what to do. We have had some really interesting dinners because I have assumed that the instructions I gave him he heard or listened to. Clearly he didn't. And I expected him to interpret Kim speak into Michael understanding, which doesn't always happen. Some of the reasons I get upset with my kids is because I expect them to behave like adults. And that's not fair. So much of conflict is about, hold on, what am I assuming that they know, or what am I expecting them to do or know that they don't, that I haven't communicated? So I'm not allowed to say any more words because I've already gone past my 1 minute. And I could talk for another 50, but be aware of what you assume and what you expect of people. Be aware of your conflict style. And choose, instead of going that way, to actually go, hold on, let me look at the watermelon from the other side and ask a question. Tell me about what you see. Help me understand where you're coming from. Michael and I have had very few disagreements about important things. We've had, them about milkshake cups and about, why he put the corn in the soup and then pureed it rather than pureeing it before putting the corn, really important things like that. But the one issue that we had that was actually more significant, we spent so much time trying to understand the other person's perspective. And so many times I said to him, I just don't understand why that's important to you. Please help me understand. Help me see why you're seeing it the way you are. And that is, if you can get that in your head when you're talking to people and dealing with things, say, hey, help me understand where you're coming from. Then it will make the whole process of dealing with the conflict easier. Does that make sense? Now, the one thing I haven't done, the one thing Fee asked me to do I haven't done yet, so just let me do that in like the next minute I'm stealing. Next week, Mike is going to talk about rebuke, and have fun with that, mate. There was a lot of verses that I left because I left them specially for you. Nice. And Fee wanted me to try and define for you the difference between conflict and rebuke. Fee gave me a great definition. I don't know why you wanted me to do it. It sounded great. Fee and my definition, so I'll throw her under the bus in case you don't agree with it as well, is that rebuke is often something that you're talking to. Say I notice that Jess is continually late for work, which I would never notice because I'm late. But say I noticed that Jess was continually late for work and it was setting a bad example to the students, and it was setting a bad example to all the other people, and some of them were starting to go, oh, it doesn't matter, Jess is late, so I'll be late too, and then everybody's starting to be late. And rebuke is me coming to say, hey, Jess, I've noticed this, and these are some of my concerns around it, and what are your thoughts? So it's something that's not necessarily between us about our relationship, but about something that is a bit of her behaviour that's impacting other people or her relationship with God. Does that make sense? Sometimes rebuke is something that Jess won't even be aware that she's doing. Sometimes it comes as I had no idea I was doing that. And then someone comes and talks to you about it. Is that okay? Anyway, do you know what? It doesn't really matter how I define rebuke. Talk to Mike about it next week. Fee.